This is such a cool part of the song. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am your host and Palpatine of the vocal placement, Ken Levine. I'm a singer and vocal coach here on YouTube, and today we are looking at Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden. But before we do that, I'd just like to remind you all to please remember to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, so you don't miss out on any of the stuff we produce here on the week, every week on the channel. And if you're new, just write I subscribed down below in the comments, and I will do my very best to respond to as many people as I possibly can. So this is May, and it's the very merry month of Maiden. We are exploring Iron Maiden. This is all music that is actually quite new to me, though. You know, having done the 3 reactions so far to some of the older material from Iron Maiden's back catalog, going back to the 80s. And it seems like there's a familiarity there. Like I've heard it somewhere, maybe in a dream. Here we go. We're going to dive into this one. Run to the Hills, official music video. 3, 2, 1, go. Bruce is in his zone here. He's starting off in a very comfortable tessitura for his voice, leaping up to those high notes and adding a lot of the characteristic grit that we've come to associate with his voice. When I listen to him, I can't help but be struck by how well trained his voice is. In terms of the diction, it's immaculate. I mean, we're 40 seconds in, and he's done a couple of verses of this song, and it's clear, very, very, very clear, that it's clear in terms of the lyrics, and I think also that's a function of whoever mixed the album as well. There's not a lot of stuff in the way of the vocal from being heard. Okay, so let's listen to more. But when it came too much for free, oh, will we ever be set free? Riding through those clouds and barren wastes, galloping hard on the plains, chasing the redskins back to their holes, fighting them at their own game. Murder for freedom, the stab in the back, women and children are cowards attack. Okay, so thematically here we have a couple of different voices within the lyrics. That's what I'm guessing. So we went from a perspective of the indigenous tribes of North America. That's what I'm sensing is clearly the historical thrust of this particular song. And then we switch in terms of the narrative voices. So we have Bruce sort of playing dual roles here, a first-person narrative from the indigenous native tribes of North America, and then the narrative of the white settlers. And it's so metal, betrayal and vengeance and bloodlust, and really just thoroughly wholesome metal subjects. Run to the hills. Run for your lives. Run to the hills. Run for your lives. Soldier blue in the barren wastes, hunting and killing's a game. Raping the women and wasting the men, the only good Indians are tame. Selling them whiskey and taking their gold, enslaving the young and destroying the old. What did he say? Selling them whiskey? Selling them whiskey and taking Nice vocal harmonies by the rest of the band there. I'm curious if the other band members are really great singers as well. You can't really tell unless you hear them live. Backup vocals can often be done, obviously, by the lead singer when you're in the studio as well. So I'm not really sure who is singing there. It looks like the rest of the band is doing the backup vocals, which is great.
Run to the hills. Run for your life.
Is this footage from a Charlie Chaplin movie? Or what? Or like Buster Keaton? Like, this is just crazy, the juxtaposition of the images that I'm seeing in this official music video. Is it official? I'm not sure. It could be fan-made. I don't know. Yeah. The video's a little bit out of sync here. I'm not sure what's going on. Cool bass playing. That's great. Bruce does this incredible arpeggio going up and ends it with a fry scream all the way. He starts at the bottom. If you listen to this, it's so... This is such a cool part of the song. Yes. Great vocal display on that last high note by Bruce Dickinson. The whole band obviously sounding really tight there on that recording. Love the changes in tempo. Love the thematic changes that they went through in that song. So I'm slowly learning that Iron Maiden chooses historical references to their songs for their inspiration. Not all of the songs, obviously, but they're drawn from historical sources. So okay, well, I'm just looking at The Trooper, and then now this one, drawing from history in terms of its thematic content. And I'm often, I'm always curious about different artists and where they find their inspiration for their music and how that manifests itself in the creative process. So maybe you are an artist and you're trying to channel your own creative energies into something productive and you're not entirely sure how to do that. It can be really helpful to solicit the help of a coach, a vocal coach. If you're a singer, to help channel your energies into something more productive is really, really helpful. Best way to learn and best way to be provoked into action is to learn one-on-one with a vocal coach. There might be one living in your area, but times being what they are, it's not always possible. You can certainly reach out to a vocal coach. There's lots of us out here in YouTube land. You don't have to work with me, but if you want to work with me, I'll be sure to leave those links down below in the description. And as always, please remember to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, so you don't miss out on any of the great stuff we produce here every week on the channel. And hey, let me know your thoughts. I'm always curious to know what you guys are thinking. I learn a lot from the comments that you leave down below. As often as I can, I try to read as many as I can. And I'm always curious to see what your reaction to my reactions are. So if you have made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time.